Hello, Gemini. This is Carrie at Wooing Nature. I don't know why I'm noticing my fine lines. Oh my. Hi, Gemini. This is Carrie at Wooing Nature. I hope everything is going well for you. This is the spring reading for the Gemini twins. Hey, Andre. This is Andre. That's y'all. Everything is looking good right now. I think that we are moving into the spring season with renewed hope. I think all of us are entering the spring season with a renewed sense of hope. I hope you are too. What I'm going to do today for this reading is I'm going to the Anino Lenormand, a great deck of cards. So I'm going to start with Lenormand just to get a grounding and a sense of what's going on with you for this season and what you need to focus on. And then after that, I'm just going to pull two cards from Lenormand just to see where we're headed. And then after that, I'm going to go to the Revelations Tarot, and Revelations is going to give us a better sense of what's happening with the two cards that we pull from Lenormand. So again, this is for my Gemini folks. And I've already pulled or what do you call it, pre-shuffle your cards. And what we got is the Crossroads and the Mountain. So I'm seeing, Gemini, here for you that you are at an impasse in your life. You are at that point where you probably don't know which direction you need to head in. You don't know whether to go straight, turn left, turn right, or go back. Don't go back. I can tell you that right now. Don't go backwards. Going backwards is not an option. Whenever this happens, what I always tell people is look up. If you are at the crossroads and you don't know which way to go, look up. You need to pray. You need to ask the Creator to give you the guidance that you need, tell you and point you in the direction that you need to go, because you don't know at this time. And I know that's difficult because, Gemini, you are Mercurian. You depend on your mind and you depend on the fact that you are knowledgeable and have lots of information. But former rules do not apply here. This is a totally different thing. And because it's a totally different thing, you're going to have to treat it totally differently. You're going to have to approach your life differently. If you want your life to change, if you want to see change in your life, you have to approach your life differently. And heretofore, you have approached it from the cognitive standpoint, but those things are rapidly changing, and it's not you. It's not your fault. It's just something you're going to have to get used to. You're going to have to kind of allow yourself the freedom to allow serendipity to come into your life, and you can't be thinking your way through life to get to that point. I do see a mountain here, which for me represents something that needs to be overcome. It could be an obstacle, it could be a challenge for you, it could be you trying to reach a certain height, and that's a-okay. If you're at a place right now where you're not really sure which way to go, again, look up. The mountain is higher than you are, and so you're going to look to I'm going to say, you're going to reach for a higher level. Pray, ask your Creator what it is that needs to be done, just like I said before. And it's recognizing that you are, one, not alone in the world. Number two, it's not necessary for you to have all the information at this time. What is necessary is for you to be listening and paying attention to what's needed at this time for yourself and for your life. And also that you are allowing yourself to exercise your faith and putting your faith in someone other than yourself. And it seems a little odd. Like, I think a lot of times we feel like we have to be in control of everything. No, you don't. Sometimes you're not even in control of your own situation. So that's when you have to kind of lean back, relax, and let things happen naturally for you and without a whole lot of your input. And that's different for you. It can be different. So we've got the Justice card in here coming in reverse this time, which to me tells me that, things are a little out of balance. Maybe you still need to weigh your heart. You need to look at your heart. That's why things are out of balance. When we look at the Justice card, it's associated with the feather of Ma'at. The feather of Ma'at weighs your heart in in congruence with or not in congruence, that's not what I mean. It weighs your heart in balance with the feather. So your heart should be light, okay? And if your heart is burdened, if it's heavy, if it's not light, if you feel guilt, shame, if you're angry, frustrated, if you still have things and people to forgive, then it's going to cause your heart to be heavy. And so that's what you need to work on right now for yourself, Gemini. We got the Temperance card also in reverse. And what I'm seeing here is that you're kind of letting things happen to you, okay? Just kind of it's almost like, things are slippy. You're letting things slip out of your hands or slip out of your grasp. And I know that this is a little difficult to explain, because on the one hand, I'm saying for you to kind of let go of how you have been normally handling your issues and your problems. But the answer is not to be completely hands off anyway. You've got to ask, you've got to pray, you got to humble yourself. You have to humble yourself. You have these concepts and these ideas, but they're not quite materializing. And it's because you're going to have to, again, you got to go to your heart first. You got to deal with all of those heart issues. I see some of you are starting over again. You feel like you're like a child again, or you might be feeling like a child. It's okay to feel like a child. Sometimes you have to feel like a child, and you have to be in your child ways so that you can really listen. You know what I'm saying? What is it about a little child shall lead, and a little child shall lead them? Okay, so what that means is sometimes you have to be in a childlike mind state in order to be able to receive the messages from Spirit that you need in order for you to trust again. For you to be able to trust, and I'm seeing trust in this card right here. Learning to trust. Who are you trusting? It's not about who, it's about you. It's about you. So if it's people that you don't trust, or if you feel like you don't trust people, you need to trust yourself first and foremost. Because if you trust yourself, dealing with other people is nothing. Okay? Trusting somebody else, you don't even have to be bothered with that when you trust yourself, but you got to trust yourself first, okay? And in order to do that, I'm seeing that they're taking you back to that space where you are like a child's mind, open and ready to receive and absorb, instead of being locked into a mindset and you can't get out of it. You can't unlock your own mind. So with the Eight of Pentacles, we're showing here that there's some work to be done here. There's something this is something that you're going to have to work at. It's something that you're going to have to be conscious about and do some work around. I'm seeing here that where you're feeling weakest is you're afraid to take that next step. It's really, you're going into the door of yourself. You're going into yourself. Here's that Gemini. What's interesting to me about Geminis is that they're known for their two sides. And everybody's got two sides. Not just Gemini. Everybody got two sides to themselves. Everyone. Because everybody has a Gemini nature within their own chart. Everybody got Gemini in their chart. Whether or not it's loaded with planets, or whether or not you've got planets in that sign or whatever. Doesn't matter. You still got those two sides to yourself. What's interesting to me is that Geminis are known to have an understanding of those two sides, but I also see a lot of Geminis not being willing to do exactly what this card suggests, which is face yourself. Face yourself, face your other self and your inner self. And what I'm seeing here is that there's some fear around taking that step, going inside the door of self in order to see what needs to be seen, so that you can release yourself, so that you can get up off the crossroads, so that you can overcome the mountain that's in front of you. Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing something here. It could be something of an emotional nature, but it seems like you're connecting with other people or something about paying attention to the people that you're connecting to. So let's see what this Three of Cups is about. Okay, so the people that you are connecting to right now around you are allowing you the opportunity to see yourself more clearly. So if you're noticing, for some of you, you may be in the circle with, or starting to circle with different people. So you're not in the same crowd you were before. You're not associating with the same people that you were associating with before. And those new people, it's going to be, for some of you, it's going to be a new work family, or it could be a new social circle. It doesn't matter, but it's where these new people are showing up. Those people are going to be there to help you see that side of yourself that you are not willing to look at. I'm saying for some of you that there's some resistance. There could be a feeling of resistance. Just know that the reason for that is because you're fearing facing yourself for real, for real. That's why that's happening. So if you found yourself in your social circles and you're maybe having some resistance to fully allowing these people full presence in your life, that goes back to the trust issue that I was talking about. Or if it's a situation where you're in the circle with these people and you find yourself butting your head, that's the other thing. So one is not being open to receive what these new people have to share with you. That's one stubbornness thing. And the other stubbornness is when you get into your circle with your people and y'all are butting heads. When that happens, really what you're doing is you're resisting this transition into understanding and seeing yourself as clearly as you could. That's what's going on. So you got to take a deep breath. Okay? So here is the outcome here. This is like Happy Gemini. Look at the twins up there, with the little candy stripes and canes. And you got your sun here and you're smiling. And that's also associated with that finding that balance of my eye. That's it. So there is happiness at the end of this journey for you. But all you really have to do is face yourself, face your own inner demons, face the fears that you have about who you really are. You're great. You're going to do fine. This is an obstacle that you're having to overcome at this time. We understand that. But it is something that is really easily traversed as long as you're willing to face those sides of yourself that you may have been ignoring or that you may have not wanted to truly not just see but embrace. And I do want to preface that because I think sometimes when we fear seeing parts of ourselves, it's because we think that those parts of ourselves are bad or negative or less than or not enough, and all the messages that we're telling ourselves inside of our head about ourselves. You can let that go. You can release that. You can put that on hold. You can pause those notions so that you can embrace the very part of yourself that you're probably fearing, because there's really nothing to fear. And all of this goes into the trust thing, Gemini. I'm going to tell you, when you are able to get real with you, and you're not afraid of those parts of yourself that can be off-putting or different, or that you're afraid to really bring out in the open, what you're going to find is that that's where your true strength lies. This is where where your fears give way to your strength. That's your lion heart right there. Same thing here with this Temperance in reverse. Instead of you being all up in your own head, you can release all of that and let spirit come through and do for you. And then you can have some things that are more exciting. So the main thing is just to not resist the process. Allow the process to take care of itself. Take some deep breaths as you are dealing with these emotions and thoughts, and as you're dealing with these changes, and as you're dealing with these new people that are in your life. Just take a deep breath and really try to pan out and see it for what it really is. And what it really is an opportunity for you to grow, an opportunity for you to advance yourself, an opportunity for you to ascend and to find yourself at a different frequency than you were before. And I know that some of you are really needing that. Okay. So if you want to find out more about how this relates to you specifically in your life, you can always book a reading with me. You can find me on Facebook at Wooing Nature. Also, if you're needing body work, body energy work, I do that as well. I also work with plants and stones and all kinds of things in nature. So anything that we can use to get you back on track and get you feeling like 100% again, that's what we want to do. All right, Gemini, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you have a wonderful life.